Everybody, welcome to episode 27 of Natty and Not. We are your hosts,
I am Alexis and I am Natty.
and I'm Mike, and I'm Not. So, recap.
Recap.
From,
What
yeah,
are we recapping? We're just starting. What are you talking about?
recapping from Sam Suleck.
Oh,
we
Sam
he
Suleck?
won. Yeah, he won
Sam
his regional.
Suleck. Sam Suleck.
I know.
Everyone. Sam Suleck. All right. It's enough.
The media feed has been like nonstop with Sam Suleck, and I get it. He's got a huge following, which some people are saying, this is where NPC IFBB gets a little political. Because he's got 4 million followers on YouTube, that there's a lot of influence there. And he's got a lot of eyes and could influence a lot of other people to join bodybuilding and grow the sport and all the tangibles that come with having a huge following and being successful in bodybuilding. And he's got a great physique. He won his pro card, so he won his regional show, won the overall, and then went to the Arnold class.
And that was like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yep. And then he was already before that, he was already invited to go to the Arnold just as like an influencer and like sign autographs with.
Oh, that's like a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So you could pay like $500 to get your autograph with, I don't know who everybody on the list was, but very, very popular bodybuilders and Sam.
Interesting.
Which was really, so a lot of people are saying like there's no way he was not going to win unless he like really looked awful.
I don't like that, clearly. Well, unless he looked awful.
Yeah.
So, but he looked a lot better than he did the previous show. A lot better.
He fixed his
posing.
Yeah, he fixed his posing.
You could actually like see his quads. Yeah. He looked significantly leaner. I mean, he looked a lot better.
Yeah, he looked great. He fixed his posing. He looked. He didn't, not to say that he didn't look top 2 for sure, but a lot of people were saying that the guy that came in second should have won. And this is, I think this is kind of, that's where people are saying it's getting political in terms of Sam winning because of the huge following that he has.
So I don't like that. Obviously, I don't like that.
Yeah, sure.
It should be. I mean, it should. Obviously, bodybuilding is subjective.
Yes,
very clearly, it is subjective, right? But there's a clear set of criteria, and that win should be justified. Was it like a split decision, and did that make maybe part of it?
It's a good question.
You might never see, like, you might not know, right? Like, and we might not actually see what went on at the judges table. Yeah, but I hate that. I hate that.
I think they publish scorecards, so you'll be able to see. But
I mean, you'll see the scorecards, but you don't see. I don't know actually how they look at the scorecards. I don't know what the NPC scorecards look like, to be honest.
They do publish them on the website. I've seen that.
But and then they just rank them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But do you see everyone's, or do you just see the final placing? Right? Because if there's a panel, let's just say, I don't know how many judges there are, but let's just say there's like 5 judges. There's always a head judge.
Yeah.
Do you see? You could probably look up scorecards. Like, do you see every judge's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or do you only see the published like final placings? The only time I've ever seen a scorecard.
So
I competed in NFF last year. I got to see the scorecard. Like, they published it to everybody that competed.
So they have the Arnold Classic IFBB, but I don't see the Arnold NPC. I wonder if it's.
I don't think that they normally post amateur competitions. I don't think they do.
Yeah, so it just says judging. It doesn't say which judge.
Yeah. But do you see multiple, or do you just see like one number?
No, you see one number, or total number.
Oh, your total for each round.
Yeah,
okay. So you're getting the summer. You're getting like the total from all the judges.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope that it's not that. But then I also would not be the least bit surprised if it was. Because, like, from a business standpoint, right, they just added that fit model category to make it easier for more people to join.
Right.
Right. They're trying to appeal to a lesser, I don't want to say lesser demanding physique, but like a
More entry level.
newer, more
Yeah.
entry level.
Yeah.
Bikini wasn't apparently entry level enough. I mean, it is bodybuilding after all. But if they're adding an entry level, more entry level for females, I mean, who's to say next year you're not going to see,
Yeah.
Beach Boy
It's just gonna be called dude.
category, dude competition,
It's gonna be
dude.
bruh. It's gonna be bruh.
It'll be
The-
bra, and then, oh, I got it. The ideal is going to be Channing Tatum for Magic Mike.
That's funny. Maybe.
It'll be Channing Tatum for Magic Mike because that's a very meh physique.
So you say. A bunch of ladies think he's a hottie.
It's so funny. So I've been seeing more and more, not more and more, but like I see these things pop up on like my feed, specifically Instagram. There's this guy who's like a conventionally like very good looking guy. And he's fit. All right. And his whole thing that he does is he wears like no shirt, apron, and he's just like baking cakes and cookies and shit. And he's like moving in like a sensual kind of way. And that's his thing, like sexy guy who bakes chocolate and treats and runs around his kitchen trying to be sexy. And my friend Katie, I think, originally sent it to me like, oh, is this like this is so good. So I don't know how long I've been seeing him, but like every once in a while now I see him and I'm just like, I want you to be leaner. Like that's not hot to me anymore. Like he's got kind of abs and I'm like, dude, you're fluffy. Get out of here with that.
Your conditioning is not good enough. Sorry.
Your conditioning is poor. And conventionally, I know that that's crazy.
Yeah.
But like I'm starting to judge every male physique that I see according to the standard that has been created for me at home, sir.
Oh, hello, miss.
Like if you're not super giant and then like shredded walking around normal, like who the fuck even are you?
You're so spoiled.
I know. I'm very spoiled. But
Katie, I think Katie said the same thing though, right?
And she totally said that. She totally agreed with me. She's just, God, I don't even remember what she said to me, but she was just like, agreed. Our brains are fucked. Something to that extent of like,
right. Yeah. Once you look at bodybuilding physiques all the time, you're just like, it's hard not to judge. You're like, so could be better.
I saw this thing, and I'm sure people listening have probably seen something like this too, where it was like a montage of male movie stars that have been in some sort of a role where they're like their body is on display. Yeah. Oh my God. If I was a guy right now talking about a woman, I would be shot down and like murdered. This would be awful on the other foot. And it's awful that I'm saying it. I'm recognizing though something that's happening in my brain. So this thing was like just like a montage of men talking about how they get super shredded for camera. So you had like first Channing Tatum from Magic Mike. Another one was who's the guy from Baywatch?
Oh,
the new Baywatch with The Rock. Zac Efron.
Zach, yeah. There you, yep.
I remember him when he was on High School Musical. Very different person. Okay, but Zac Efron, who was very shredded, like looked good. And then I don't remember who else. They had like Wolverine and like a couple other, but it was like a montage of like, you have to eat right. And then they were talking about like the dehydration thing. And then I watched the whole thing through and then sent it to Katie because she's the only one I could send this stuff to. I said to her, I was just like, ew, Channing Tatum's like just like a regular dude. Like He doesn't even have super crisp abs. What are you talking about? Dehydrated. Work harder. Like, I did not find it attractive in
That's
any
funny.
way, shape, or form.
That's
So
hilarious.
that's really funny. So that's why I'm like, so NPC next year, Channing Tatum, Magic Mike, just like kind of
Magic,
fit boy
yeah, the
category.
the broad division
But it's like they're doing that clearly to make more money.
for sure. Yeah, I mean that's completely what it is. It's like they're trying to grow the sport. How is she going to do it? I bet you they already know what their revenue streams are. They're probably pretty predictable in terms of like new NPC people signing up, how many pros they convert,
And
or
they're
how many people
so
they.
expensive.
There's an accountant somewhere that knows all these numbers,
Sure.
right? And it's
Sure.
like, how do you make more money? Well, probably slowly over time, or you add a new division. Oh, and then hopefully you see this like flood of new competitors.
But then, well, so I
And
will
that
say from
that
a
and then they sorry, not to cut you off, but
no,
they also changed the IFBB certification. So, or sorry, the uh, IFBB classification,
mem-
right? You could lose your pro status after
but
3 years if you don't renew, which means
you have
I
to
think
renew, which means you have to pay them like
you have to pay them,
$140 or
but
whatever it is.
and I think you have to compete too. I don't know if you just have
I
to like
thought it was
renew.
just
Is it
I
just
thought it was
renew?
just renew.
Oh, okay.
That was the way your coach made a video about it. That's the way he made
Yeah.
it seem, is like
Okay.
you'll lose your status if you don't keep your membership, which in all honesty though, like I kind of get that.
Yeah.
Like you could say former IFBB pro instead of
Sure.
current IFBB pro.
Yeah, and I think that's where I disagree because it's just like if you're a retired football player, you're not still a pro. You were a pro.
Yeah, you're a
You
retired
you
pro.
you were yeah, you're not playing at that level anymore.
Mhm.
So it's like if somebody
So
takes like
yeah,
a 5-year break and then they're just like, I'm still a pro. I'm like, you were a pro.
you were a pro.
You
Yeah,
were a pro.
right, right. And you should absolutely have that status to you.
For sure. Yeah.
100%. So it's like like I don't see the big deal with like
It's a money grab at the end
okay,
of the
so
day.
here's I'm certified. I have a certification that I have for my profession, not necessarily work, but my profession.
Yeah.
I have to renew that every 3 years.
Yeah. They should
And
at
that's
least
not it's not cheap either, but I have
right.
to renew that.
They should at least I think if it's like they're gonna make a rule like that, I almost think like you should grandfather everybody that's been in there and say, okay, you could still compete on a pro level if you're already grandfathered in, and then any new pros would have to
If you wanted to compete or just call yourself an IFBB pro.
yeah, I guess if you wanted to compete, yeah, which is basically what
I,
the status is.
yeah, I think if you wanted to compete again, maybe I could see them grandfathering people in. I understand the idea of you if you have IFBB pros, you want them to be active. So like I get
Yeah,
that to an extent.
sure. There's a lot of people
I
that just
do
get the pro
think,
card and just stop. They're just like,
yeah.
that's all I wanted.
But so I understand. I think to be like a current active pro, you should compete I think every 3 years is fair. So it gives you time to take like a long off season and then
Sure.
come back. So I think
Yeah.
3 years is fair. Um, but I kind of don't have an issue with them requiring you to keep your like an active membership, like a paid membership. Like I get it.
Yeah. It's
I get it.
at the end of the day, it's like how do they make more money, right? I don't know if they're
Yeah.
public or not. That would be another like
It's
either way,
a
they're a business, right? At the end of the day. So it's like they're trying to
At the
grow the
end of the
business.
day, it is a business, but you also so going back to what we were originally talking about. Um my challenge with it becoming more mainstream, which I don't know, has bodybuilding ever really been like mainstream? Like, but let's say just in that effort to make it more mainstream, I don't know that adding low level categories is going to do that, other than that's going to generate money, which clearly they want to do. They have every right to do as a business. My challenge with that is as a competitor, you're creating a worse experience by adding more stuff because already, especially the NPC shows, most of them, they have their stuff in the morning and then finals at night. It's a long fucking day.
Super long day.
And unless you're like first on in the night show, you're there for hours and hours and hours. especially for amateur shows.
Yeah,
The
pro
pro
shows
shows
probably,
I don't think are so bad because they know how many people they're going to get it, and they time that out better. But for amateur shows, why do you need to have prejudging in finals? Like you're not calling it during finals like you might with pros.
yeah.
You already know who wins. Just do the whole thing at one time. That's where the natural shows have got it because that's how they do it.
So,
And a couple NPC promoters do it that
I was going
way.
to say some promoters for the NPC do it that way, which is I'm going to try and target one of those shows for sure.
It's awful. Like when I did the Battle of Texas, 2003, there was over 700 competitors in that show.
Yeah. Woof.
And it was the worst fucking experience because it's like you have to show up relatively early because you don't know when you're going to get called on. And then there were so many people competing, they didn't let the competitors out to actually watch the show. And then you weren't allowed back. So it was just like the whole day sucked and it was so long. So that's my main concern is like, how does it feel as a competitor when there's so many people there? I think if you have over so many people, you have to figure out a better way to run that because we came on stage, we turned once and we were off.
Yeah.
And they told everybody only the top 5 were going to get feedback. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I just spent how much money to compete? Right. You're barely going to look at me and then you're not even going to provide me with feedback? Like, fuck off. That's terrible.
That sucks. It's going to be interesting this year too because we lost one of the promoters
in our area
doesn't promote shows anymore, and they put on 6 shows, something like that. So that means every other Texas show is going to have some spillover of the groups
of those people
that would have normally competed in those in that time frame. So it's going to be really interesting to see how busy. I think one of the shows like dates got picked up by another promoter, but I don't know if they all did. So it'll be interesting to see if there's spillover for the other shows.
What's really interesting is, okay, so I did the Battle of Texas here. That one was huge. That was like also the warm up to nationals the following week. So that was just a big fucking show. I did another show, I think through that same production company that did Battle of Texas. And that was a relatively big show. That was the heart of Texas. There was a lot of people in it. It wasn't as big as 700, but there was a couple hundred people. But then the show that you did from the other promoter, there were fewer people. So I wonder if the dates are bad or if people don't like them for some reason.
I don't know.
They were nice.
Could just be a timing thing.
Could be a timing thing. But they're not doing bodybuilding anymore. They just started, they went to a different federation.
Different federation, right? Yeah. I was gonna say division, but yeah, federation.
Mm-hmm.
So and they're doing the fit model, and then the bruh category, and I think the highest that federation goes to is
fit model and a bro.
Yeah, so the highest that they go to is classic physique. It looked like, and I don't even know if it's still called classic physique,
but equivalent.
Yeah, the equivalent, and then for women, I think it's figure is the highest they go. So it's
it's really interesting. They also have like evening gown.
Yeah.
So it's like a beauty pageant. I mean, bodybuilding
and they
is
have
a beauty
talent
pageant
portion
for muscles. If they do fitness, that's like a talent portion. The fitness people, they do their little gymnastics routine.
I will now play the recorder.
It's too much. I get that bodybuilding very much as a beauty pageant, but it's beauty pageant for muscles. I don't want to see some muscly people busted out of tuxedos and like hulking out in dresses. That's funny.
I mean, it must have been lucrative for them. It's like when these type of things happen, it's usually money, right? So it's like
totally. But again, I think I'm worried about the size.
Money or politics. Usually both.
The size of the shows is too much, so that sucks for your competitors. The other thing is, oh my God, what was it? Oh, the influencer thing. That's bullshit. And that shouldn't be.
That's what people say. I mean, there's no evidence of that, but it's
but if they did, that's fucked up.
But he looked great.
He did look good.
It's not like he was like a solid fourth place, and you're like, what?
It's
Foul
not like
play,
so
foul
crazy out of
play.
place. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he looked top two. Could have. It was a toss up. I mean,
Yeah.
the other people. Some people were saying that the other guy had better conditioning, but Sam had more muscle, and a lot of times size wins,
Yeah.
especially for the dudes. I mean, it
Who
comes
had
down.
bigger, who had better quads? It comes down to quads. Who had bigger
You think
quads?
so? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I wish I knew how like the judges weighted everything, just because like I'm just out of pure curiosity.
Yeah.
But that'd be cool if somebody like maybe next time, because we got kind of friendly with like one of the judges. Just met him in like the hotel of what that we stayed at for my
Mhm.
show. Ended up bumping into the head judge and talked to him for a bit. It would have been cool to pick his brain and be like, how's everything weighted? Like posing versus upper body versus lower body versus how does like because I it's very subjective, so it's just like it'd be cool to
It is
know
subjective.
what the breakdown is of how things are weighted.
So let's assume that all of the criteria is weighted the same. Part of it too is how you judge it, right? So it's like
Sure.
size, but size isn't just overall size. Size is in relation to the shape that you're creating,
Yeah,
right?
there's
So,
symmetry, right? Yeah,
right, symmetry is such a big piece of it. So, like, you could go up against somebody who's much bigger than you in your upper body,
yeah,
but like one that you have very round quads, so that balances you out really well. Somebody else who doesn't, they're going to lose that symmetry portion of it. So it's like
sure.
when all things are, I think maybe they're all weighed equally, but it just, if you don't meet the criteria, I don't know. It makes me think of the guys that were competing in the Arnold Classic. So that Mike guy who's been runner up to CBum for a while,
Mike Summer or something.
the guy that was number 2 or you saw him with was like, that guy was like a little bit taller
Yeah,
and he just had really long quads
really long
and he
limbs.
didn't
Yeah,
have the size. And it
right.
almost looked like next to Mike, who had much rounder quads,
Yep,
the other
bigger
guy
sweep.
looked weird almost. It
Yeah,
looked like he didn't have good size. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know enough about it. You
yeah.
could take a judge's course. OCD has like judges courses.
That'd be a good place to start.
That'd be cool. That'd be
Or
cool.
I'm just gonna ask everybody: Are you a judge?
Ask
Are
ask
you a
coach.
judge? Yeah.
Ask your
Oh, yeah.
coach.
I should. Yeah, I should ask him. Yeah, that's a good point.
Because he probably knows.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah, he must know.
Yeah.
He must know, man. So that's really funny. So one of the things I wanted to ask you, so speaking of giant muscly men with big bulbous quads,
Yep.
you somebody told you this week, the
Yeah.
sweetest lady,
Yeah.
that you looked like a superhero.
She did. Made me feel so good. I was like, "Thank you. That's so
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank
I think I
you.
look like, thank you. Call me a
Thank you."
superhero.
Which
And
one?
then
Which one do you think I look like?
and then we
She's like Peter
were
Parker. I'm like, you bitch.
you, you look like a 16-year-old
You look
boy.
like Spider-Man. Oh, you bitch. You got me good.
That's not a good one.
Watch my soul leave my body.
You look like Tom Holland. Um, and then we were dropping a kid off at a birthday party place, and there was this like little girl with her mom
Yeah.
like walking past us, and she's like, "Hi." She turned around and she smiled at you so hard.
Yep.
And I'm like, I bet she thinks you're a fucking superhero too. And she just like, because why else would a little girl
Usually people,
smile so hard at a stranger?
yeah. Yeah, she was super sweet. I don't know, maybe.
You look like a superhero. So
Yeah.
what superhero do you identify as? Like, if you were going to be a superhero, who do you think you are? Not like who you want to be. Like, I'm going to grow up to be
Who do I think I
Aquaman.
am?
Like, who do you
Gotcha.
think you
Physique.
look like?
Mm.
Yes. Like, who are you?
I'd say I'm not quite there yet, but Thor, I think, would be
You
the
think Thor?
yeah, I think the closest. Want me to say Hulk?
No.
What were you thinking? Drax?
Can I tell you? I was thinking Drex, and I
Okay.
couldn't fucking remember his name. We were walking to the
Oh,
car. That's all I
Batista.
could think of.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
think of
yeah.
his
I
first
couldn't
name.
think of his name.
Batista. Yeah, yeah.
But oh my god, Grex? No, that's not his
Drax.
name.
Drax.
Drax.
Yeah.
Drax. I've seen all of those movies so many times. I'm like, oh my god, why can't I think of his name?
I'm Groot.
I wanted to say Gru, and I'm like, that's not right. That's a
Groot?
different movie. And I would hope you don't look like Gru.
I have a
Walking
huge
around
pointy
with
nose and
a
skinny
square
legs
ass body and
and
skinny little
yeah,
legs.
SpongeBob body. Yeah, that's who I look like.
I think you maybe look like Drax.
Drax? Drax is big too. Batista was huge
He's
for those.
fucking huge, yeah.
He was huge for those movies.
But he's like,
But he's bald, which I see. I get that. I get it.
maybe that's why.
Yeah, you said
Maybe that's
physique.
why
You
as
didn't
you're
say.
like,
You didn't say whose hair do I
but
have?
like look like, but like
'Cause I
look
don't-
like.
Yeah, Drax.
Maybe that is the bald thing because I'm telling you what, I don't when you say Thor, I'm like, but you look nothing.
I don't
You
have
look
hair.
nothing. You look nothing like Chris Hemsworth
I
playing
don't.
Thor.
Yeah,
All right,
give
hold
me
on.
a give me a blonde wig. I might have it.
I need to Google what he
Now you got to
looks
look this
like.
up.
I do. Go away,
Dra-
Gemini.
Drax in his prime. He got fat in the last one.
Well, so did Chris Pratt.
Yeah, he.
Remember when going back? Okay, so
He's like, I'm gonna get a Bowflex, guys. He's like, I'm gonna do. He's like,
do it.
When they bring Thor on board, he's like, that is a man. You are a dude.
In the first one of those, when they brought Chris Pratt on, and then like he had his like shirtless moment, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's so hot." I mean, he lost a shit ton of weight from Parks and Rec.
Yeah, he looked great.
Goofy guy.
Yeah,
he looked great.
Looked great.
But also, I mean, he's not even conditioned enough for the dude category. In that, like, you don't even have abs, bro. Do you even try? All right, hold on. I'm looking at Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth, not on gear, by the way. Small dude.
Yeah, just like like super fit dude, but just
Super
regular
fit,
dude.
Regular dude.
Yeah.
And I know that's like, I'm like,
Doesn't
Chris
nowhere
Hemsworth,
near.
regular guy.
Yeah, well, just like never. Yeah, well, yeah. There's a.
He's
gap
not
there
like
too.
super. I mean,
he's very fit,
lean, very fit,
but
muscles, looks great,
super lean compared to his Thor on gear status.
Yeah, not this like big bulbous guy.
Yeah.
Here we're like, I don't know. You know what it is? So I'm like looking at pictures from like the last one, like Thor. He's really lean. And when I say really lean, like he's got a really narrow waist. And you're thick like a tree trunk.
Thank you.
Hold on. Drax. Let's look at Drax. Oh, you're so more Drax. You know what it is? Okay. Can you see that picture?
Yeah.
It's the traps.
It's the traps. Yeah. I just looked at it and I was like, oh, it's traps. That's me. Yeah.
You're right. The traps.
You're right.
You have his shape.
Physique wise, yeah, I've got huge traps. And so does
You've
Drax.
got huge traps. And then, I mean, even when he's like really, really like lean and like has like a six pack,
But Batista, when he was like
thick.
Prime wrestling, like was bodybuilder-esque physique. Like he was.
Look at that.
Yeah. Yep.
That's you.
That's more me for sure.
Did that bum you out? Did you not want to?
No. I honestly I forgot about Drax until we started talking about it, and I was like, yeah, that's it.
right as we were having that conversation earlier, that's honestly who popped in my head, but I couldn't spit out the name.
Yeah. Who do you think physique wise? Not who you want to be.
I don't know. Hold on.
Can I make a suggestion without you getting upset?
I don't know. Whenever you say a question like that, I don't know. Who?
So
just fucking say it.
Not She-Hulk, because like she also grew to like 7 feet and like
Okay.
proportionate.
Didn't even think of She-Hulk, but go ahead.
So remember Thanos's like female like badass fucking lady with the spear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's her name?
I don't even know what her name is, but like physique wise, I think like because she's jacked. Not quite She-Hulk because like they made She-Hulk like too big, but
No, she's too big.
I wouldn't
I
compare
wouldn't
myself to
even.
Hulk either because like that's
I'm trying to picture who you're talking about because I can
she
kind
had
of
like
picture it.
blue hair or black hair. She had the spear. She was like fucking up all the Avengers.
She was fucking up all the Avengers. This lady.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But she's got a lot of she's
Again,
got a lot of armor on.
I don't know. I just well maybe I don't know if it was the armor, but I just like she just looked built.
Yeah, she did look built. So I
That
wasn't thinking though the like villain crew people didn't even pop into my head.
yeah, no, we said superhero, but I was just like physique.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
because I think like Scarlet Witch and like even the Wakanda like badass warrior women,
Wait, Scarlet Witch, or are you thinking
Black
you're
Widow.
not Black Widow? Is that who you were thinking,
You
or
know,
Scarlet Witch? Scarlet Witch
no,
is just a regular lady
yeah, like she doesn't look jacked. Scarlet
because
Witch
she
doesn't.
doesn't fight because she's
Yeah,
magic.
yeah, Scarlet Witch, but Black Widow's not jacked. She's just all like leverage. Like she counters everybody's moves
Yeah,
and like just
yeah,
super.
yeah, yeah.
But even the badass like Wakanda warrior women,
I
like
would want to be Gamora.
they're not jacked. Oh, good morning. See, but she doesn't seem jacked
She's
to me.
long and lean.
Yeah,
No, she's not like. I mean, these women are gorgeous, tons
yeah,
of muscle.
yeah.
They would
Sure.
be like IFBB pro bikini level bodies.
Yeah, that's why I don't put them on. Like I wouldn't compare that. Like I don't think
They're
physique
like
wise.
they're muscular, but like long and lean and sexy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
that kind of muscle. It's not like
yeah. Agreed.
She-Hulk muscle.
Right.
Very different. But I'm trying to think. I can't think of anybody who's in between that.
Yeah, like even Miss Marvel, like not huge. Like she's just
No,
regular. She just
Captain Marvel
Captain Marvel.
or
Sorry,
Miss Marvel.
all the Marvels. Because we saw the Marvels.
No, I know. Well, Miss Marvel's the teenage girl,
Yeah,
isn't she? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought about like Captain Marvel, and I'm like, she's like less that like super
Oh, actually, I
lean and
got it.
sexy. Who?
Maggie Carter. When
Okay.
she's, but think about it in the Doctor Strange movie when
When she's like the Fantastic Four or whatever.
she got the super soldier serum versus
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, Peggy Carter. Peggy.
Maggie,
No,
Peggy. They're the same. They're both short for Margaret.
is it Maggie Carter?
It's Peggy Carter.
No, yeah, it's Maggie Carter. Margaret
You
Carter.
could do both.
Marvel movies. Anyway.
Listen,
Yeah.
Peggy and Maggie are both short for Margaret, and her name is
Okay.
Margaret.
Okay. So yeah, Carter on
She is
super
in
soldier
between.
serum.
Okay, I'm down for that.
There you go. That's it. That's the one.
That's it. That's the physique I most match up with.
Took me a while to get there, but yeah, that's the one.
Oh my God, I wish I was as jacked as her. Holy shit.
You are. You see those shoulders, girl?
Yo, do you see my quads starting to pop up in the front? They're like a little bubbly in the front. I didn't have that last year.
Yep.
I've been building these goddamn quads. I'm freaking excited about it.
Looking good, baby.
I'm
Conditioning
so
is looking
excited.
nice.
Coming in. It's coming in good.
All right, let's talk about your new lymphatic massage.
Oh my God.
Explain what it is and then how you felt after.
All right, I have to like Google what it is because like I can tell you, but it's not going to be like.
Because when you demonstrated to me the massage, I was like, what? Some chick barely touched you for an hour and a half.
Someone barely touched me.
You're like, yeah, I fell asleep. She's like,
Okay.
all right, I'm going to give you a massage now. Night, night.
Okay. So if you've listened to the last few episodes, I have gone through the gamut of I was sick, and then I fucked up my hormones by trying progesterone shit. And then I got sick again, and then I was still sick. So like for the last month, I'm like all fucked.
Yeah.
Okay. Monday this week, I like hit a wall of I'm desperate for help and I don't want to take anything. So
Yeah.
like this past week, I started getting like a sinus infection again. And I'm like, I can't go down the path of fucking taking more antibiotics. I'm too close to the show. It's going to fuck up my belly. So I went spiraling on a rabbit hole and I started ordering all of these like oils to help with like antimicrobials. Mullein, Mullein is one of them that like moms groups are swearing by. Oil of oregano, garlic, all of this shit. So I spiraled. And I was like, I'm taking Friday off of work. I need to have a lymphatic drainage massage. And so first I Googled, will that help me with hormonal like water weight and like congestion? And they said, yes. So perfect. So this is what it is. A lymphatic drainage massage is a gentle massage that uses light pressure to stimulate the lymphatic system. The massage helps remove lymph fluid through the body, which can reduce swelling and relieve pain. So they use a series of rhythmic movements, stretching, compressing, cupping, and gliding. There's like a specific sequence, blah, 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 blah. And so it can just help with like mobility, get stuff out. So I told her I've been having like a combination of like hormone water weight and I'm so congested. And because I'm so congested, I think that's causing problems in my gut too. So I booked a 90-minute lymphatic massage for yesterday.
Yeah.
How can I describe it? It's like, it's barely, I mean, it's touching.
Yeah.
But it's not massaging your muscles.
Right.
It's like massaging almost like the amount of touch is like, imagine massaging the area between your skin and your muscle.
Yep.
So like we're like just nerve endings and your lymphatic system. I don't even really know what that is.
She's
but
like
what moves
going
water
through like
throughout
lymph
your
nodes in your
body.
neck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's a certain pattern. So she like started with my chin and it's like a combination of like light touching and then like rubbing in like circles or like in specific directions depending on where things like drain to.
Right.
So she did like a long time like along like my jaw and then like my lips and like my face and shit and like all around my eyes. She spent like all of this time in here.
Okay.
My head. So it's like
Yeah.
it's light. It's like it's weird.
It's weird to call it a massage. Yeah.
But that's what it's massaging. It's not massaging your muscles.
Your lymphatic system. Yeah.
Yeah. So head to toe. Most of the time on my front, flip over in the back. I told the lady, this is the problems I'm having. And she goes, nope, this is perfect. And she told me, she's like, you might fall asleep. That's totally fine. She's like, you're going to have to pee really bad. And so she was like warning me, like, you're not, it's like this, it's not like a massage.
Yeah.
So within 20 minutes, I had to pee so bad. I had a 90-minute massage and I held it like a champ. And then at one point, early enough on, she got to my stomach and she was like pushing on my like stomach and like the like around like my hips and stuff. That was hard. And then at the end, I was like on my belly and she was like pushing on my low back. And I was like, oh, she was trying to like talk to me after. And I was like, dude, I have to pee. I took the biggest piss in my fucking life.
Sure. Well, yeah, holding it for 90 minutes doesn't help.
Well, holding it, but then like all the drainage, because I'll tell you what, that made a difference. That it helped. It alleviated a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It brought a lot of that bloat down. 100%. Am I 100% better today? No, I still have a little bit, but I'm like, it's come down significantly today. So it helped.
Cool.
So I have to keep that in mind
Yeah,
next
that's
time
another tool now
something like that happens. I didn't want to take more shit because I didn't want to fuck up my belly.
for sure.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I get
it's
that.
like if you think of like a regular massage, it's not a massage.
Yeah.
And the person
Well,
needs to be like certified in it.
yeah. So you said you had some good drainage. How did your check-in go?
Um, it was a lot better than last week. So I'm finally down past my previous low before I started having all of these issues was 141 even. I was 140.3 today. So like 2.5 pounds since last week,
Awesome.
which is good. So
Yeah.
definitely some drainage. Um, I measured in really tight. So my stomach was like just slightly over 29 at like my waist. My lowest this prep has been 29 even. So I'm like almost there. I had like a little bit of like a ball in my belly still I could feel, but
Mhm.
like again, not nearly as bad. Um I feel like this week I've been getting leaner. I can like see it in my face on work calls. Like it's starting to get like too
I noticed it,
too
your face
thin.
getting a little leaner. Yeah.
It's almost like too thin. Um I'm like my shoulders are leaning out.
Your back's
Like you
looking
see this
good. Quads are
yeah.
looking great.
My quads, you could see my quad so much better in my pictures.
Teardrop. Yeah, teardrops
God.
are coming in real nice.
Teardrop and then so one of my weakest points from last year, my abs and my quads.
Yeah.
I feel like I lost my OCB show because she had better quads. I had better glutes. Her quads stood out. So I'm like, fuck, I worked so hard on my quads this year and they're always my last to come in when I cut. We all hold fat in weird different places. For whatever reason, my quads hold it. It's the last thing to come in.
Yeah.
Um, for a lot of women, it's like their hams and like tie-ins. I'm like, dude, I had tie-ins from the gate. It's the quads that are always hard for me.
Yep.
But like teardrop was really good. Side sweep is holding. The size in my legs is holding too, which is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Quad up the middle is popping out. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what
You
we
look good.
bring. I think we're in a good place. Did cardio this week. Had a deload week too, which was nice because just like sinus infection, I was feeling really fatigued.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll see. We'll see how things go. No calorie drop. Everything's going to be the same. Oh, this week I'm switching to 4 days
4 days.
instead of 5 days. So the effort there is to reduce cortisol and just coast because I'm not building anything now,
Right.
right? It's just trying to maintain what we have with the least amount of stress.
Yeah.
So we're going to take it this week and see how it goes. And she said if it's not working, we'll add the other one back in just from like a calorie burn perspective. So
Cool. Very cool.
I don't love that. I don't love it. So we'll see.
Yeah. Right on.
And I don't love it because my workout is like my break from work.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm not going to have like a reason to like leave the house halfway through my workday.
Yeah. So now
So
you got to
that's the
figure out
part
what to
I
do
don't
on
love.
that weird
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any thoughts
I
yet?
have to well, this Wednesday, I think I'll take that because it's like 2 hours. I schedule in my day. I might try to fix the red suit that I bought and add the couple more gems
That's a
that I
good idea.
got
Yeah. Something to just keep your mind and
just to keep me busy
keep you busy. Yeah.
because I'm hitting the diet soda super hard this week. Got hungry.
Yeah.
So
Could go for like an hour walk, like a big walk, maybe
I already do that though.
outside. I don't know. I'm just random
If
thought.
you that's a good idea. I was trying to do not activity
Yeah. I mean,
because that's
walking,
the whole
but then, walking, right? It helps with the knee.
that's true. But I already walk.
Yeah. I
Like I
don't know.
wouldn't do that and I get what you're saying. And
Yeah.
that's good. It'll get me out of the house and get like my brain on other things. That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Get some sun. Like, I think it'll be super healthy.
No, I think you're totally right. I think that's a great idea.
Maybe not an hour, maybe a half hour. I don't know. Something just like a long walk.
Yeah,
Hour walk
that's
is
a good idea.
that's a pretty long.
So work from home Wednesday morning and let's go for a walk.
All right. All right. Sounds good.
I don't want to go by myself.
I get it.
That's boring.
Boo.
Boo. How'd you do?
So last week, no changes. Got my check-in feedback, and so it was up roughly a pound. And this week, up 2 pounds. So
Baby's getting big.
excited. So no food increases from last week. No PED increases. And he said we were going to hold for like 2 or 3 weeks. And
At your
so
PEDs?
yeah. Yeah, he was like, we'll hold here for a little while. So we're doing a very lean kind of push. It's a, not pushing food is crazy hard.
How many
with
boxes of Fruity Pebbles a week is in a lean push?
2 bowls, not boxes, you son of a bitch.
Did you tell him? Hold on? 2 questions. Because I don't think you are, and that's fine. Are you tracking your I'm hungry, I'm eating more food?
No.
Okay.
I did not
Did
track
you?
my 2 bowls of cereal. No, I did not.
I feel like you've had more than 2 bowls of cereal.
I did not. I had 2 last week and I had 2 this week. So mind your business.
But you got to be honest with your coach.
Yeah, no, I know. I told him,
Coach
I said
doesn't know.
I had 1 cheat meal.
I think 1 cheat meal is different than Coach. I ate half a box of cereal.
I mean, they're
with
tiny
protein
boxes.
shake.
I mean, that was
Not the mega size.
Yeah, it's a little baby box. Doesn't even count.
Doesn't count.
There's 3 real bowls of cereal in that box.
I know they did get super tiny.
They're super tiny.
Yeah.
So no, I consider that I consider that like my cheat meal last week because I really didn't have one.
Yeah.
And then this week I had 2 bowls of cereal last night, and I had because I was hungry, and I had a handful of nachos tonight.
Bro, you had a plate of nachos.
It was a handful. How dare you? It was a little appetizer plate, barely filled up. It was a handful. It was they
smelled really good.
A nacho tasting. It was not it's not a whole nacho plate.
A nacho tasting.
It was.
Dude, you had a plate of nachos.
Bro, you're making a mountain out of a molehill, I'll tell you what.
But at least it was light and possible. So it's less fat.
Yeah, but the cheese didn't help. Oops.
That's
anyway,
right.
So
yummy nachos.
Yeah, so that was my check-in for we'll see what happens this week. I don't know if he's going to make an adjustment in PEDs or food because I gained 2 pounds. So my guess is he probably won't touch food, or he'll say, we're going to hold here another week. My lifts really didn't increase weight too much. I did increase reps where I could, probably about like 30-40% of my lifts. I was able to increase reps.
That's crazy. What about the hack squat? I was going to ask you about that.
Oh yeah, hack squat's still doing great. That was going to be my win for the week, but we can talk about it.
All right,
that's okay.
Well, go ahead. What's your win?
Yeah, so win of the week is I was able to do hack squats all week. Weight increases and rep increases were awesome. Those are one of my lifts.
How much weight are you putting on the hack squat?
405, which doesn't sound like a lot if you look at like all the hack squats that exist, because usually they have like the double-sided racks.
Yeah,
for the weight.
I don't know why
ours is ours is a weird one. It only has like 1 pin for weights, and then I have to like Jenga a couple more 45s on top to get the 405. But it feels great. My legs are cooked at the end of it, and system fatigue from like a full body fatigue standpoint like is down, which is great.
And your range of motion is so much more significant.
I'm getting so much deeper in those. So that was one thing I wanted to measure. I didn't measure my thighs this week. I wanted to measure them just to kind of see like a week's worth of
measuring your glutes?
Hack squats. I do measure in my glutes. Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting to see your like before and then after doing hack squats for like a little bit, if your glutes, or if you see like a difference in your glutes and your quads.
Yeah.
Like maybe anymore if like the rate of growth is faster maybe than what it was before. just because you're getting that much deeper stretch in your glutes and that much deeper stretch in your quads.
I know. I think I told you I had like these weird calf muscles that almost felt like shin splints in my calf muscles, but I think it's just because I'm getting so much deeper, and then I'm just like I'd engage more calf muscle as I was going up, which is kind of funny. But like walking the next day, I was like, ow, 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 ow.
I know you're like you had the massage
I
gun
know.
on your calves.
I know. It was weird.
That's
Anyway,
funny.
so yeah, the
Mm,
win of the week was hack squat all week, feeling really good.
nice.
How about you?
Nice.
What's your win of the week?
My creamy discovery.
Mm.
So, because I'm getting hungry, like hunger's like 4 cans of soda a day, which is a lot. Or I'm increasing it. I would normally do like 1 can of soda. So I like 4 cans of soda a day, and I'm like, right, I got to add in another snack that's like satisfying, takes a while to eat. Because I think the worst part right now for me about eating is that it's over so quickly.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Except for like my dinner, everything else just it just eat it faster. So um saw something in like a creamy post to make like a sorbet, and they said use Minute Maid 0-calorie strawberry lemonade.
Yeah.
And I didn't know Minute Maid made 0-calorie juices and shit. They had like an orange juice, which I can't have because I'm allergic to oranges, so didn't even like look at that one. But they had it. They had like a mango juice and they had a fruit punch. So I
Fruit punch
bought
is money.
strawberry lemonade and fruit punch, and ooh, do they taste so fucking good?
Yeah, fruit punch is money. I remember getting them the Minute Maids when I was telling you when I was little, and I was like, we would drink the half gallon in a day.
Yeah, because it's good. So these are flavor wise very, very good. They do have like the 0-calorie sugar aftertasty a
Yeah,
little
they do
bit,
a little bit.
but
Yep.
like the flavor still hits. It's still really good.
Yeah.
So made strawberry lemonade with 8 ounces of that, which is 1 carbohydrate and 8 ounces. 100 grams of strawberries, splash of almond milk, made that. And it's like a sorbet. It's a little icier because I'm not using anything with like fat,
Mm.
but it makes a whole quart. And then it takes me like 45 minutes to eat it. Now, granted, I'm cold as fuck.
I know you bundle up. You grab your winter coat.
Uh, so I did that with the strawberry lemonade. It was really good.
Yeah.
Nice and light. It's more of like the act of eating, and then I don't feel hungry while I'm eating it. And then I just made fruit punch. So I'll try fruit punch tomorrow. So I'm
Exciting.
excited about that.
It's a good win of the week.
Good win. I haven't put protein in it. At some point I'll end up putting protein in it, and then it'll be more ice creamy, but it's really good.
Cool. Cool. All right. Well, I think that's our episode. We'll catch you all next week.
Bye.